Hi, Sainte. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that, you just finished your heavy season and you have a lot of other things to do. So I really appreciate you taking some time to talk to us this afternoon. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Ampliara?
Hi, thank you for having me. So Ampliara, I'm the founder of Ampliara. I'm a CPA and tax advisor. And at our firm, we focus on everything tax related from tax preparation to tax planning. On average, we're saving our clients 30,000 or more in taxes. And yeah, that's a bit about our firm.
How has it been working with your virtual assistant?
It's been quite amazing. I think before working with you guys, I tried. So I was corporate for a good chunk of my life, as in corporate, working for one of the top four accounting firms, Ernst Young, for about 10 years. And so it kind of working with one of the top four firms globally, it breeds some type of excellence in you. There's a certain way for you to do things, and I wanted when I go to business for my on my own, I wanted my clients to experience that type of to get that type of experience. And so I wanted my, but also if you work for people, you know what you like, what you didn't like. You kind of think about the type of boss that you want to be. And I know I wanted to create a good environment, but you need good people as well. And so I've had maybe I had probably two people try it before, and it wasn't amazing. So I know I needed someone with an accounting background, because at first I wanted the person to be able to understand the business, be able to prepare a tax return that I review, prepare certain things. And so that's what I went for. That's what I asked you guys for. And at the same time, because I was just getting into business, it's my first hire, so it was going to be an executive assistant, but who knew what I do. And so it's been absolutely amazing. I know sometimes people have hesitation around the fact that it's virtual, but as long as you set the guidelines, the working hours, and the person understand, and you understand that the type of environment you need to create, it's been absolutely amazing.
So you mentioned something very interesting just now, which is that you had tried to do this before. I'm not sure if you did it yourself or if you work with another company. How was their process, or even when you just did it yourself, to try to find somebody that can help you in your business versus working with us?
Yeah, so both times it was with people. A friend of mine told me about this company. Everything was kind of, I never spoke on a meeting with someone. It was kind of like email, and then they have this list of people they send to you, and you kind of select one based on their experience or whatnot. And I think that person was based in a country in Africa. While they are English speaking, it wasn't a great fit. Number one, because time difference was too far. When it's, I think there was a big time gap. Um, and then I think there was a lack, and I think the culture difference maybe may have been too far as well. Then the second time, I went to a conference with and met another accountant person. She also says part of her business she does staffing, and she has a lot of people who work for her. They do the returns, they do this, and she trains them specifically for my type of business. Yeah, I learn really quick. People's level of excellence is not always the same. She doesn't respond to the people. Her emails have a bunch of space. She's terrible. So I can see why whatever that other person was doing for her, it met the mark. And it just didn't work for me. Like the person was US based. It was virtual assistant, but there was attitude. The person was entitled, and it was the my son is sick 3 times out of the week, and it's just things. There were all these things. What makes you guys different is the process, people applying, and maybe too, in Colombia or Latin America, they need job stability, and so they don't take it for granted, right? They are hard workers, but they want to make sure if you're committed to me, I'm committed to you. That's my experience working with other people, and yeah, and it kind of worked out. I love that there were different options presented to me. You guys, they went through a couple of tests before applying, so they had to be committed to keep showing up, because in the end I was in between two people, and one of them just never took that last test. That's why we went with Maria. But I honestly, I prayed on it, and I think God made me choose Maria because at first we were leaning towards the more experienced person who's working this, and that's the person who didn't complete the test. And Maria, yes, she was young and finishing her degree, but she's also more teachable, and she's been extremely, she doesn't come with her own set ways that she needs things to go that way. It's been amazing.
What was the before and after adding the members to your team?
So, like I said, oh, that's what I studied earlier. I worked with EY for about 10 years, and last year was my first time going into business full time for myself. I was very aware that you need a team. I was not trying to do it by myself, and I knew there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. It's not just, oh, filing returns for people, but applying for grants. I remember sending you a list of what I need help with. And so the before, I guess the before was a lot of things that needed to be done, and then the fact that the other person either didn't, they dropped the ball. So there were things on the to-do list that absolutely needed to be done. And so I'll tell you the after with
Mhm.
Maria with an accounting background. So Maria now, she does the first level of review for bookkeeping, prepares the tax return as far as like data input, and I'm teaching her now how to like review it for herself, know things to point out to me. Really, this week I had a conference and I was out for 3 days and my business is still running. So I really feel like I have a full team. And now talking to you about, I think I need to add a second person. It's not because Maria's not doing amazing, but more like she's doing so great. Number one, I've increased her pay already. And number two, I want to give her a great work environment. I don't want her to feel like she has to work weekends. That's something I don't want for anyone of my team members. So, and I want her to be able to pick her zone of genius. Do you want to, because she's also creative. Do you want to help with the social media and more of this, and then, or do you want to stay in the accounting space? And so that's what it's been. I really feel like I have a superstar team member that can get the work done and handle all my administrative parts.
How have you been able to change what you do on a daily basis thanks to having a remote team that is reliable, responsible, and able to cover your back?
Yeah, I think I kind of touched on it. I'm able to, so for me, I'm okay. The entrepreneurship life is still new to me, so I'm not doing, and my dream, I imagine myself going to Pilates at 11 a.m. and doing all those other things that's random throughout the day. That is not what's happening yet. However, I'm having lunch with other business owners. I'm doing networking events throughout the day and knowing that the work doesn't stop. Like emails. So I'm sitting at lunch and I see other people today. Some of the ladies, they were like, "Oh, I have to send this out. I have to da da da." Meanwhile, I barely look at my phone when I'm at lunch. I just see emails going out, like, and the things are getting done. So it really feels like I have a clone. And that's just like doing the things like while I'm able to do the things that bring more business in the company.
How many hours do you have to be involved on things versus today?
That's tricky for me because I work I'm at my computer a lot, but that doesn't mean I work a lot. Sometimes I feel like I take longer to finish things because I'm still getting comfortable with being an entrepreneur, like being on schedule. I just get things done, and that's kind of like how it was when I worked for EY. It was like as long as you get it done. So I need to do a better job tracking. I do track here and there.
Would you say that you're able to take off, have more leisure time, or even more family time thanks to Maria being part of the team?
Of course, because if I didn't have her, then I'd be doing the data input for all the returns. I don't know if I would have survived busy season, but to go in the return, and I'm really big on there needs to be a work paper. We don't just input stuff in the tax platform and then like, oh, that's what the system said. I need you to understand how we got to this number. So I showed her that we need a work paper. We need all the provided by client saved in this folder, and we need the thing done in the software. So when I go, I have all three ready for me. So if I was to go in and put the data, then create the work paper and do all this, it probably would have taken me hours. But when Maria has already done all this, it's a matter of me checking. Like I have the return, I have the support. All right, okay, good, good. because the clients expect my license to have reviewed the return, so I can't just be like, oh, Maria did it, sign. No, I do it. I mean, but it facilitates, everything's already done. So definitely shaves off hours. I don't think I would have been able to be successful in business without an assistant that actually helps.
What would be your message to another business owner or an accountant such as yourself last year before working with us? What would you tell them to do?
Number one, I would say, well, I already knew that that was sad, so that just got reinforced. You need a team. You need someone. It can't just be you. The solopreneur life and you're the only one. It's hard for you to maintain excellence, deliver it, like get clients, deliver to clients, and get more clients. You need someone, all right? Number two, that's something I would say to me if I was to give advice to Saint. Be okay with, be a little open-minded, know your values, don't be afraid to test those, especially if you're working with someone who's not in the US. So you might as well ask, what are your religious background, because there's no paying for that. So ask for that, because that, think about the values that matters for you, and make sure they're part of that interview, right? What are your values? You For me, that's what I'm gonna do with anyone else I hire from you guys. Are you Christian, or what's your faith? Because I talk about Christian so much in my stuff, in my day-to-day, I need to know that person is not uncomfortable, and that's the value in my business. So I was in between, like, oh my gosh, what if we don't align? She's probably not gonna find me cool. Maybe she needs a cool boss that has a couple piercings, maybe we won't align. But then we took that test, that personality test, and you said we matched. So trusting that, and then just giving the person like, talk to them, don't just look at people and just write them off. Because yeah, that would have been one of my greatest loss if I had done that.
Saint, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. I really appreciate the time that you have taken into talking to us and just letting us know your experience and how the process has been so far with your team. And you know that we are only a call away.
Awesome. Yes, I do. And I look forward to continue growing with you guys.